I'm Donna McColly, and I would like to share with you today some saints in my life from a long time ago. Kittil Funrue and Kittil Funrue, Mabel Tao, and Minnie Overland were all charter members of Immanuel. Kittil and Kittil were brothers. Kittil was my grandfather. It started out, the original name was Funrue, and that got changed, shortened to Funrue. I was told by my grandfather, who felt that as immigrants to America, they are now Americans and they wanted to have a name that sounded a little more American and not so much Norwegian. And he was the one that shortened it to Funrue. What I'm going to read is written by Deborah Norris, and she's kind of a long-lost cousin who has surfaced and asked some questions about our ancestry. And she recently went to Norway and came back and wrote of her trip there. I hope you will find some interesting things in this letter. Kittil Funrue was born in Silverton, Norway. He had 6 siblings. One of them was my great-grandmother, Marty. She loved her older brother, and it took very little coaxing to ensure that she would accompany Kittil and Sister Merritt on the long journey to America. I grew up hearing the many colorful and tender stories of my great-uncle Kittil Funrue from elder family members. My impression at a young age was that he was a very devout believer and family man, as well as a rather no-nonsense type. He had little regard for the foolishness encountered in Boone County, Nebraska, with certain family members who cherished their alcohol and wayward living more than the God he faithfully served. He had a higher personal standard and deeper aspirations for his own children. It didn't take Kittil long to uproot his family and move them to Silverton, Oregon, a paradise that reminded him of his homeland of Norway. Having recently visited Kittil's birthplace in Silverton, I would certainly agree with his assessment. Kittil's daughter, Mabel Tao, lovingly spoke of her faith-filled father. Every morning we would all gather around the table and listen as he read from the Bible and prayed. The only time we ever missed church was when we were sick in bed. I am so grateful for my Christian heritage and for those family members who unselfishly sacrificed to ensure the cornerstone of their faith was established and carried on. I was only about 3 years old when my grandfather died, so I really didn't know him. So that's why these stories are so important to me. It's just knowing a little bit more about some ancestors. I myself was baptized and confirmed here at Immanuel. It's the only church I've ever attended, and I'm just so blessed to have had aunts and uncles and grandparents that felt their faith was important, and they raised their children to love the Lord, and I'm just very thankful for that.